Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Hare Bhagavan ki jai, Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai, Nidai Gaur Premanandi, Hari 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 Bol. Namo Paraya Krishna Vishte Bhutari Sumad Bhakti Vedanta, Jamani Vinamani Namaste Saraswati Devi Guruvani Vrajadana Shishu Sanari Paschati Vishte.
Jai Radha
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Saturasata Shishimar His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shayom Ishtapat Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Saturasata Shishimar His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Kori Vaishnava Ki Jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Premsakoshi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Ganadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavan Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopakopinath Shama Kundara Rakanda Giri Govardhana Ki Jai. Shri Vandavan Nama Ki Jai. Mathura Ki Jai. Navaridam Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Gangamai Ki Jai. Yamunamai Ki Jai. Turstevi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Grandhara Chimar Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktavan Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi Hari 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 Bol. Oh glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Oh glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Oh glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Oh glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Oh glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Staprai Kushtavastai Bhutri Shmad Bhakti Vedanta Samanina Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Miracharina Nirvishesha Shurnamare Bhashat Rishtarine. Hare Krishna everybody. Please write Hare Krishna into the comment section. We're streaming from Facebook and YouTube. Hare Krishna to Gabriela, Andrew Goodman, Michelle Williams, Lina, Mark Kunze, Jackie Ann McFarland. Yes, Jackie, I've seen that you've been joining us lately. Thank you so much for joining us. Shamdai Mataji. There was a controversy. Someone messaged Shamdai Mataji that Purujit said that she should make some prasadam or something. I never said that. What? Yes. Instructions are given in my name. Lina, Hare Krishna, Mataji Lina. Irina Florescu, Hare Krishna. Katie, yes, Katie is here, very good. Katie is reading the purports of Prabhupada. I know everything. Who else is here? Alexandra, yes. Gabriela, yes. Hare Krishna. Seems like no matter how much we tag and share, it's always 10 viewers. There's some kind of a secret limit on our stream. I don't know why. Where's Rudra Prakash Prabhu? Where's Narasingh Rao? All these stalwarts. If you just go to the previous live streams, you can see who liked it. So the best is to tag those people who already came one time. Sharia, Sitara, yes. Sharia has been also watching for a long time. Right, Sharia? Many, many years. Sharia. Do you know Sharia Mataji?
No.
Oh, so this is a problem. It's a big problem. She's been coming for maybe 3 years now to the live stream. Yes. Yes, okay, so 13, now, sorry, 14. Yamuna Priya, yes, Yamuna Priya, Hare Krishna. So Dhananjaya Prabhu started the Universal Form chapter. It's chapter 11 from the Bhagavad Gita. Today we're going to discuss text number 4. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And Hare Krishna to Tony. Hare Krishna, Tony. I got your name, Alexandra. You were not attentive. I said Hare Krishna, but I can say it again. Hare Krishna, Alexandra. Manyase yadita chakyam. 4, 11, 4. Manyase yadita chakyam. Maya drashtum iti prabho. Yogeshvara tato metvam. Darshayat manam avyayam. Manyase yadita chakyam. Maya drashtumiti prabho. Yogeshvara tato metvam. Darshayat manam avyayam. Manyase yadita chakyam. Maya drashtumiti prabho. Yogeshvara tato metvam. Darshayat manam avyayam. Manyase, if you think. Yadi, if. Tat, that. Shakyam, able to see. Maya, by me. Drashtum, to see. Iti, thus. Prabho, O Lord. Yogeshvara, the Lord of all mystic power. Tataha, then. Me, unto me. Tvam, you. Darshaya, show. Atmanam, yourself. Avyayam, eternal. And Hare Krishna to Asha Jangit. Hare Krishna, Asha. Translation: if you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that universal self. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is said that one can either see, hear, one can neither see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord Krishna by the material senses. But if one is engaged in loving transcendental service to the Lord from the beginning, then one can see the Lord by revelation. Every living entity is only a spiritual spark. Therefore, it is not possible to see or to understand the Supreme Lord. Arjuna, as a devotee, does not depend on his speculative strength. Rather, he admits his limitations as a living entity and acknowledges Krishna's inestimable position. Arjuna could understand that for a living entity, it is not possible to understand the unlimited infinite. If the infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite by the grace of the infinite. The word Yogeshvara is also very significant here because the Lord has inconceivable power. If he likes, he can reveal himself by his grace, although he is unlimited. Therefore, Arjuna pleads for the inconceivable grace of Krishna. He does not give Krishna orders. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself to anyone unless one surrenders fully in Krishna consciousness and engages in devotional service. Thus, it is not possible for persons who depend on the strength of their mental speculations to see Krishna. Om Agyan Tirinandasya Jnana Shalakayam Chakshunan Meritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who has opened my darkened eyes with the torchlight of knowledge, I offer my humble obeisances unto his lotus feet. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So, Hare Krishna to Ishmael also. Prabhupada says, Arjuna could understand that for a living entity, it is not possible to understand the unlimited infinite. If the infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite by the grace of the infinite. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is God. And one can only understand Krishna through the process of bhakti. Bhakti yoga. Yoga is meant for purification. Right now, we're materially contaminated. We're under the state of illusion. We think I'm this body, this is my country, this is my family. This is simply feverish condition. Arjuna was also in such feverish condition. He was thinking, oh, my family members, what will happen to them? So many things. So we have to get out of this feverish condition. This is the aim of life, to come to the understanding of the self, minute, and the supreme self also. So how is that possible? How is it possible for the tiny, insignificant part and parcel of the Lord to understand the Supreme Lord, Krishna? How is it possible? What is this process of bhakti? What is this purification of the senses? Prabhupada says, it is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord Krishna by the material senses. What does it mean to have material senses? What is that? What is it material? What is spiritual? Sometimes people have this idea, spiritual means I cannot perceive it, something like a dream. They think a ghost is spiritual. subtle matter. So, no, material means anything from this material manifestation that is being used for sense gratification. You can use things in two different ways. Either for sense gratification, to satisfy your senses, or for the satisfaction of Krishna. Just like this camera. Because we're using it to broadcast the message of the Bhagavad Gita, the wonderful message of the Lord, this camera is being spiritualized. It is not material. If you think, why you have camera? You're supposed to be spiritual. No, this is being spiritual. Using things in Krishna's service. This is what it means. It is not stereotyped that you must be spiritual simply sitting in a forest. You might be sitting in a forest and your mind is fully contemplating sense gratification. So what is the use of that? Are you spiritual? No. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, one time he visited the holy place, Radhakund, and he gave a series of lectures on Sri Upanishad. Sri Upanishad, if you read it, is a treatise, it's part of the Vedic literatures, that discusses the nature of the absolute truth. There is nothing about the pastimes of Krishna, but it is Siddhantically very important. This is also one of the first books Srila Prabhupada printed in the Western countries. Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Bhagavad Gita, Sri Upanishad. So he gave a series of classes there in Radhakund. But the people there, the Radhakund Babajis, they objected. They said, this is Bhakti Siddhanta. Because they gathered, they thought Bhakti Siddhanta would speak on the subject matter of Krishna's pastimes. Which also one cannot understand easily. Without understanding the Upanishads, without the understanding of Krishna's transcendental nature, these pastimes will appear mundane also. So you cannot understand. That's why we should not indulge in the discussions on these confidential subject matters. So anyway, they were very disappointed. This Upanishad, this is for kids. They think like that. They don't understand that Vedic knowledge is absolute. If you're reading Sri Upanishad very seriously and you apply the instruction of Sri Upanishad, for example, it is stated in the Sri Upanishad that everything is the property of the Lord. One can enjoy his designated quota. Everybody has some designated quota, but if you enjoy more than that, you become implicated. You become a thief, because everything is the property of the Lord. Ishavasyam idam sarvam jagatyam jagat tena bunjitam agita kasasvidanam. Everything is the property of Krishna. So Krishna has given us designated quotas, just like he gave to a tiger, he gave meat. Krishna gives meat also to the living entities. But the meat is designated to a specific living entity, tiger, lion, not to you. To you he designated Krishna prasadam. Because you're civilized, you should cook, prepare a nice offering for Krishna, offer, and then partake after the yagya, after you sacrifice the foodstuff to Krishna. Only then you should eat. That foodstuff becomes purified from karmic reactions. So they could not appreciate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, so they called him, he's a jnani. He's a dry jnani. See, here Srila Prabhupada says that you cannot understand Krishna by your material senses. So jnanis are trying to do that. So they mistakenly designated, insulted Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur by calling him this name Dry Jnani. They could not understand. Just like a teacher is writing A, B, C, D very slowly on the blackboard. That doesn't mean that he's on the level of the students, that his knowledge is very basic. He can write very fast, but it is for the benefit of the students that he writes like that. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was explaining the teachings of Sri Upanishad for the benefit of his students. And these foolish people, they made a Vaishnava aparat, they made an insult, offense to a pure devotee, they called him a dry jnani. So when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he found out that there's been accusation made in this way, he commented, he said, they're not living in Radhakund, they're living in Narakakund. Radhakund is the sacred lake of Srimati Radharani. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, you're not living here. You're living in Narakakund. It means the lake of hell. Just see. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati can say such a thing because he has full realization. So although they were thinking, because if you read in Sri Upadeshamrita, especially the last verses, it is mentioned there that to reside in Radhakund, this is the highest fortune. And even great devotees like Narada Muni, they cannot enter Radhakund. So they were thinking, oh, we're so fortunate we're here. They were there physically, but because they were contemplating sense gratification, they were living in Narakakund. They were living somewhere else. And Srila Prabhupada makes this point. He says, we have centers all around the world, New York, London, Tokyo, Berlin. But because the devotees are engaged in devotional service very strictly, these places are as good as Vrindavan. Because the mentality is there. So this is spiritual. This is what it means, spiritual. For Krishna service. If you're a big businessman, you make millions of dollars, but you give everything to Krishna for building temples and printing Srila Prabhupada's books, then you're no longer any materialist. You are the highest sannyasi, even though you might be making money as much as possible. Because the money you're not taking for yourself. That is the real meaning of sannyas. Krishna explains to Arjuna also. Sannyas means that you will go now and fight in war. Sannyas means I'm giving up the result of my activities. So if you fight for me, then naturally you are the greatest sannyasi. Arjuna was actually a sannyasi because he was engaged simply for Krishna's satisfaction in this war. He himself, he had no interest to fight with his family members. He was not greedy for the kingdom. He didn't care for the kingdom. But because Krishna wanted it, that is why he fought this family quarrel, in this family quarrel. So, if our senses are used in Krishna's service, then the process is going on. The process of purification. And when the senses are fully purified, premanjana charita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva vilokayanti hriday kayanti, then Krishna manifests automatically, face to face, pratyaksha. you will be able to directly perceive Krishna. When all the impurities are gone, not before. So that is the process of having Krishna's darshan, having Krishna's association, by purifying our senses. So Arjuna is asking Krishna to reveal the universal form, and he also asked for the divine eyes by which he could see the form. Yes, this is not the spiritual form of Krishna, this universal form. It is temporary. It does not exist in the spiritual world. But because the materialists, they're attached to big material manifestation and phenomenon, Krishna manifests this form also to convince them, look, I'm God. Krishna in his Swayam Rupam, his original form, is dancing with the gopis and playing with the cowherd boys. So when we say that this is God, people are in disbelief. You must be crazy. You're worshipping this little boy, a little blue boy as God? But yes, because Krishna's, God's potency is infinite. You cannot limit God to only be the greatest. God is unlimited in all spheres, from all angles of vision. So he is the greatest, but he is also the smallest. He can be a small, tiny little Krishna, coward boy. But unfortunately, people, they don't want to understand. They want to abuse their senses. They have no desire to understand who they are, who is God, why we're here. So that is why Krishna manifests this universal form. Look, check this out. Look, I'm God. Wow! And then all these descriptions are given. Arjuna, in his trance, in his ecstasy, is describing what is going on. He's trying to give some description, although it is impossible to describe, but he's trying. He says, it's like 1,000 suns rose into the sky. This is what I'm seeing. This universal form can be compared to 1,000 suns. Can you imagine what it is? No, we cannot even imagine. You're completely eaten by the light of that universal form. You're eaten alive. Must be very, very amazing. Because even one sun, how much energy, strength, and light it generates. So the universal form, 1,000 times more. He has so many arms, so many legs, so many heads, tongues, divine weapons, divine dresses, everything. Gigantic. It is gigantic. This gigantic form. So it is very, very amazing. Although there are no pastimes of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, as mostly his teachings, there is one very amazing pastime. And that is when Krishna manifests the universal form. Arjuna has already accepted that Krishna is the Parabrahman, Paramdhamam, Pavitram. You are the supreme abode, you are the supreme purifier, you are Brahman, everything. Krishna accepted Krishna as the Arjuna accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is an elaboration. This universal form is for those who do not have any faith in Krishna. They need to see practically. And it is also for the imposters. Those who want to claim, I am God also. Krishna establishes this standard of godhood. If you want to be God, if you want to profess to be God, then you must fulfill the qualification. You must exhibit the universal form. Srila Prabhupada says that a devotee is not attracted by the godless display of opulence. The universal form is displaying opulence. But Prabhupada calls it godless opulence. There is no God. It is simply to attract the materialists to God. But the opulence is not God. The opulence is material. We should not be attracted to the opulence. We should be attracted to the source of that opulence. So the source is Krishna. But unfortunately we're stuck here enjoying that opulence of Krishna. This material energy is His energy. It's His opulence. It's His property. So long we enjoy His property, we cannot understand. And we also cannot enjoy, because that enjoyment is temporary, can never satisfy the soul. So the sooner we give it up, the sooner our way back home, back to God, it begins. There are two processes of realizing knowledge or acquiring knowledge. Aroha Panta, that means ascending. The knowledge is ascending. We're trying to do research, experiment. Or there is the Avaroha Panta, that is what we follow, disciplic succession. I learn things by hearing from high authorities. I don't need to experiment. The knowledge is already there. I simply have to preserve it. I must preserve the knowledge. That is the descending process. So Krishna cannot be understood through this ascending process, because our senses are imperfect and materialistically inclined. But when the knowledge descends, see, the knowledge descends through the disciplic succession, and then the spiritual master, you see, Srila Prabhupada, he also is giving us the knowledge, so it descends from him as well. And then you take the books and you go out on the Oxford Street, and again the knowledge descends from your hands to the hands of the public. It's being passed down. So when someone reads the book, then he can have the understanding of the infinite by the mercy of the descending process, because ultimately Krishna is the supreme spiritual master. He's the fountainhead of the disciplic succession. So this is how you can know about God. Just like if you want to know Donald Trump, is that possible? By experiment, you go to Washington and say, I want to meet Mr. Trump. It might be by accident, you might meet him somewhere, but highly unlikely. Very difficult. The whole world wants to talk to Donald Trump, I'm sure. You know, if you want to meet him, you see on these press conferences, so many journalists, they're shouting over each other just to get a question from Trump, because then they have such a big news for the newspaper. Trump is attracting attention everywhere. So that is difficult to talk to Trump, to get an appointment. Nityananda Prabhu, he will try, he will send our Mattress Give magazine to President Trump. We'll see, maybe he will read it. Okay, but if Trump himself decides to show up here in our temple, then it is very easy to know him, very easy to see him. So Krishna, God, is so kind that He wants us to know Him. He's not hiding. He's not hiding. He is giving you privacy. In the material world you have privacy from God because you wanted it. You have become envious of Krishna. You could not tolerate Krishna anymore. So Krishna created this nice atmosphere where you can have the illusion that Krishna doesn't exist. That's why you have these material senses. So you forget Krishna. So he's leaving you privacy. But at the same time, he knows that your decision was foolish. So he's simultaneously trying to get you out. Get you out of it. This is also one of the reasons why he exhibited the universal form. To attract you. I am God. Look, I can display this. Try this, Mr. Sai Baba or whoever damn nonsense is claiming that he is God. Look at this. Can you do it? We can challenge any so-called false incarnation. Can you exhibit the universal form? Come on. Do it. If he cannot exhibit, then he's a rascal, cheater. So this is how we understand Krishna, this pastime of universe, exhibiting universal form. Any questions?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
There's only one light, it's not connected. Do you know how to connect it?
Yes, it's working.
Really? Because it's not showing up on here.
Oh.
On the screen it's just output 1.
Can give you mine. Did you put it in that thing for charge?
Right, honestly, I don't know how to work this thing.
Look.
I mean, I just put it inside, yeah. But
Yeah, it's not charged. You have
right,
to put
okay,
it
that
put it like
explains.
this.
Really?
Yeah. That's how you charge.
Is it not the other way around?
Oh yes, sorry.
Yeah, we do that every day.
Yeah, okay. So even I don't know. Alright.
Okay, anyway, yes, so what did you, maybe you can check Facebook if there's any questions. So, okay, sometimes people say, I'm not envious of God. I don't want to be God. Like we say, everyone, you want to be God. That's why I hear you want to be God. You say in this class that you're envious of God. But sometimes people say, no, I'm not. I don't want to be God. What do you say to that?
What do you mean by God? You don't even know what you mean by God. God is the enjoyer. If God is the enjoyer, then you should supply him enjoyment. Yeah. Yeah, they think God is a white man sitting on the throne. So they think, I'm not sitting on the throne and I don't have white hair, so I'm not God.
Yeah, I have another question.
Yes?
Is there any proof of, other than Bhagavad Gita, that that Krishna, one, existed, and two, showed the universal form to Arjuna? Because it's very fantastical, and I think a lot of people would hear it and they would be like, okay, everything says this happened 5,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago. It's quite a, bold, like random number.
Yeah.
Is there any proof?
Yeah, here the Shastra is the proof. You go on Google, what is that? Google Shastra. It's a modern Shastra. I have a record. Actually, Prabhupada, I was just reading a lecture. He said that the modern history does not date back more than 3,000 years. Beyond 3,000 years, they have no idea what was going on here. But here we have, from the Vedas, you can find out. Whether you accept it or not, that's irrelevant. But we have the evidence. You have nothing. You only have speculation. You might speculate, oh, maybe the Vedas are not bona fide. But we have something, you have nothing. Okay? Any other question?
I'm just looking at Facebook.
Hare Krishna.
I can't see.
Gabriela says, if Trump discovers Krishna consciousness, the next thing he will do is to post a picture with him being Krishna. Yes, hopefully not. But even that will be advancement, if people saw Krishna. Jackie says, sound gone.
Yeah, it's back now.
It's back, okay. All right, Jackie, you have any question? This argument that, oh, it's very amazing, it's unbelievable, universal form, what are you talking about? That's a foolish argument. 100 years ago, if I said, I have a small box, and through that box, I talk to the whole world. They will immediately, you go to the madhouse. Immediately locked up, in straitjacket, and never let me out. But here it is. There's a box, and I'm talking to the whole world through one box. So this is foolish. Just because you cannot conceive of it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. Hare Krishna, Manjil Kanal, Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari 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 Bo. Namo Tvaraya Krishna Bhutri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Samani Dinamani Namaste. Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vracharina Nirvishesha Shunamiri Varchakri Ishtaridi. Thank you for watching. Jai. Jai. If you were in Himalayas and the only thing to consume was meat, because very few vegetables can grow, could you still be a Krishna devotee? It's a harsh, infertile land. Yes, you can eat meat to save your life. That is not forbidden. But if you kill while you have opportunity to live, without killing the animals, then you're going to get karmic reaction. Okay, thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai.